On 26th of July, Union Home Ministry deployed 10,000 paramilitary forces in Jammu and Kashmir, leaving the people of the valley puzzled. The deployment that came after National Security Advisor Ajit Doval's visit caused panic, with speculations on the rise that the centre was abrogating Article 35A. Former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti warned the central government against abrogation of the Article 35A, which allows the state's legislature to define permanent resident of the state, saying any tinkering with the provision would be akin to setting a powder keg on fire. While there was a sense of fear among the people, senior journalist and the managing director of Republic TV, Arnab Goswami, hosted a prime-time debate, arguing Article 35A was a temporary provision and that its abrogation wasn't even a matter of debate. Goswami then went on to enlist a few questions, justifying his rationale behind why Article 35A should be removed. One of the questions that he raised was that shouldn't a soldier who's risking his life to safeguard the state from Pakistanis not be allowed to buy property in the state? This, according to Goswami, was a pertinent question. But is Jammu and Kashmir the only state that forbids people from buying land? Is that even a valid argument against Article 35A? Well, while Goswami was absolutely right when he said that no one can buy land in Jammu and Kashmir because Article 35A restricts an outsider from owning property or getting a state job in the state. But what he failed to mention was that Jammu and Kashmir isn't the only state to have a restriction like that. Many other states, which includes Himachal Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Sikkim, among others, don't allow Indian citizens to buy land or property. Now, for instance, under Section 118 of the Tenancy and Land Reforms Act 1972, outsiders can't buy land in Himachal Pradesh. This was done to protect scarce land in Himachal from being purchased by outsiders. Similarly, under Article 371F of the Constitution, only the residents of Sikkim can purchase land or property in the state. Dispelling this same notion about Jammu and Kashmir, the then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru in 1963 said in the Lok Sabha that this rule was good and it should continue because it discourages moneyed people from buying land. Jawaharlal Nehru said, and I quote, "It is an old rule coming on, not a new thing, and I think that it is a very good rule which should continue because Kashmir is such a delectable place that moneyed people will buy up all the land there, to the misfortune of the people who live there. That is the real reason, and that reason has applied ever since British times and for 100 years or more." Unquote. While purchase of land was one point raised by Goswami, he also spoke about how the debate around abrogation of Article 35A was unnecessary as it was a temporary provision. Arnab Goswami said, and I quote, "Article 35A is a temporary provision. The abrogation of 35A is not even a matter of debate." Unquote. He also added, just like Article 370, 35A has to go. But to understand this better, one has to understand that Article 35A was inserted by the President by an order under Article 370 in 1954. This means that the parliamentary route was bypassed. However, speaking to the Quint, author Ashok Pandey said, Article 35A was never a temporary provision. Article 370 was, but that was also first passed by the Constituent Assembly of India and later ratified by the Assembly of Kashmir, and it is no longer temporary. Jammu and Kashmir High Court has accepted it as a permanent part of our constitution. Article 35A was passed following the Delhi Agreement in 1952 between Jawaharlal Nehru and then Prime Minister of Jammu and Kashmir Sheikh Abdullah, and it was then agreed upon that the state legislature shall have power to define and regulate the rights and privileges of the permanent residents of the state. Historian A.G. Nirani, in an article titled What Article 35A Implies, dated 29th of March 2019, thus argues that Article 35A cannot be altered unilaterally. Nirani goes on to write that Article 35A was inserted on the explicit recommendation of Kashmir's Constituent Assembly, and the President can't delete it because the Assembly is gone. Narani said, and I quote, "Without its concurrence, Article 35A can neither be amended nor deleted. The special provisions were enacted by Parliament as amendments to the Constitution. Will Parliament dare to repeal them? Article 35A cannot be amended or deleted by the Parliament." Unquote.